Can anxiety really cause lightheadedness, dizziness, and fainting? That seems like a strange symptom of anxiety, doesn't it? Well, the short answer is yes. Anxiety can create all these things. But let's unpack this so you understand exactly what's going on and give you the right way to approach it. Let's begin. All right, before we dive in, I want to let you in on a secret. Anxiety doesn't need to be just managed. You hear people all over the place talking about managing anxiety. They talk about breathing techniques, meditation, incorporating exercise, and cleaning up their diet. These things can be helpful for anxiety, but they aren't going to allow you to fully overcome your anxiety forever. You need to learn how to lose your fear of anxiety and then desensitize your nervous system. That is how you obtain freedom from your anxiety, and that's how you get your life back. If you want to know more about how to do that, I've put the framework in the link below. It's called the 5-step cure to anxiety and panic attacks, and it's completely free. It's my gift for you joining me here today. Okay, one of the most common and distressing symptoms of anxiety is feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or feeling like you're going to faint. These sensations can be incredibly frightening, but why does anxiety cause these symptoms? If you're new to this channel and don't already know, the cause of your anxiety and panic attacks is an overactive fight or flight response. I talk about this all the time, but your nervous system is overactive and it's in a sensitized state. So your fight or flight response is engaging unnecessarily. That is what is producing all these strange and intense sensations that you're experiencing. Okay, now that you understand that, there are 2 reasons that you're feeling lightheaded, dizzy, or faint. And both are related to how your body reacts when it engages our fight or flight response. So when you're faced with a threat, your brain hits the panic button and it floods your system with adrenaline and stress hormones. This sudden surge prepares you to either fight the threat or flee to safety. So your heart races, your breathing becomes faster, and all of your senses sharpen. All these things help you to react quickly to the perceived threat or danger. All right, so when your body goes into fight or flight mode, one of the first things that happens is that your breathing rate increases. Your body is trying to take in more oxygen in preparation for either fighting or fleeing. However, this rapid breathing can cause a decrease in the levels of carbon dioxide in your blood and cause symptoms like lightheadedness and dizziness. So, in other words, it can be the rapid breathing that makes you feel lightheaded or dizzy. That is one way that anxiety can cause these symptoms. But I can hear you saying, Peter, sometimes I feel dizzy and lightheaded and I know that I'm not breathing heavily. Well, that's because there's another reason that anxiety can create these sensations. When your fight or flight response is engaged, your body is redirecting blood flow and sending more blood towards muscles so that it can prepare you for immediate action. As a result, your brain can receive slightly less blood flow, and that can make you feel dizzy or lightheaded. To reiterate, what I'm saying is that your brain can be getting less blood when you're in an anxious state, and this can create the sensation of dizziness or lightheadedness. When you are feeling this way, it might start to seem like the room is spinning or that you're even about to lose your balance. Now, this is very alarming because you can feel like you might fall down or even faint. Let me tell you about my experience. For me personally, I didn't feel dizzy as much as I did lightheaded. When I felt lightheaded, I felt like I was unsteady on my feet, and there'd be times I'd swear I was about to faint. I can even remember that if I stood up too quickly from a chair, I'd get really lightheaded and sometimes have to even sit back down. So I started to get up from chairs really slowly. One other thing worth noting is that it wasn't just my balance that seemed to be affected. My lightheadedness also seemed to affect my ability to concentrate and focus. This lightheaded sensation made it feel like my brain wasn't working. I'd, for instance, try to do a work project or have a conversation, and everything felt difficult and challenging. Okay, let's talk about fainting for a second. Fainting from anxiety is very rare. And despite me feeling like I was going to faint hundreds of times, I never did. That's because fainting only happens when you experience a decrease in blood pressure. However, with anxiety and panic, your body's response is to increase blood pressure, which is designed to keep you alert and conscious and react to threats. So, I want you to know that it's very, very unlikely that you would faint when you're having anxiety or a panic attack. All right, now you know why your anxiety can make you feel lightheaded or dizzy. That's the first step. And although I could tell you that when you're feeling lightheaded and dizzy, you should take some deep breaths, that's probably not going to help much. So instead, what I'm going to tell you is that you need to work on recovering from anxiety itself. Don't spend time trying to make yourself less dizzy. Instead, spend your time and your focus working towards a full recovery. That's where the true freedom is from all the symptoms of anxiety. You can be back living a normal life. And I know that because not only did I recover myself, but I've mentored countless clients back to a full recovery. So if you want the step-by-step guide on how to do that, make sure you download the 5-step cure to anxiety and panic attacks that's in the link below. All right, that's it for today. If you like this episode, you'd be doing me a huge favor by hitting the like button before you leave. Please also share this episode with someone you know who would benefit from it. Hope you had a great day, and I'll see you on the next episode.